Okay, question 10 on homework 17. I've seen a couple of pretty common mistakes on this one, so let's go ahead and clear it up by working through the whole thing together. They are asking for the indefinite integral of the square root of x plus 1 over x minus 3 e to the x with respect to x. Okay, looking at this, I know that I've got a good rule for the integral of e to the x. I also have a great rule for the integral of 1 over x, and I don't really have such a great integral for square root, but I have a way to rewrite that so that I can do it. So let's do the integral of x to the 1/2. I'm just changing that square root sign into an exponent. This we can leave as it is, or we could do x to the -1. The rule on Moodle that you guys talked about, it works for this. It works either way. If it's 1 over x or x to the -1, it's the exact same thing. And then 3 times e to the x with respect to x. Okay, I'm taking an integral and I'm adding a bunch of things together, so that's the same as just adding the individual integrals together. I don't have to rewrite that. So let's just do it. The integral of x to the 1/2 power. Well, to write down my x, I have to add 1 to my exponent, so that's going to be x to the 3/2. Then I also have to divide by whatever that exponent was, so I need to put a 3/2 downstairs in my denominator. The integral of x to the -1 power, or 1 over x, so those are the same thing, but there's a special rule for that. That's the natural log of the absolute value of x. Remember, it's very important that you use those absolute value symbols. Let me write this in a different color down here. Hopefully you can see it. If you're entering this into WebAssign, you want to do ln parenthesis abs parenthesis x, and then close both of those parentheses. That's the keyboard shortcut for doing it. There might be a button that you can push that does it, but I do know that that does work. So you would do ln and then abs x and then close your parentheses, okay? I think you can see that. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, and then got a minus sign here, so we subtract 3 times the integral of e to the x. Well, that's just 3e to the x. And then we need our infamous plus c, because that has to happen. Although in WebAssign they give you the plus c, so you're not going to have to enter it into the blank. But let's not enter it until we clean it up just a little bit more. I want to get that fraction out of the denominator there, and to do that I just need to bring it up and flip it, so that gives me 2/3 times x to the 3/2 plus the natural log of the absolute value of x, do not forget the absolute value signs, minus 3e to the x plus c, but they give you the plus c already, so this is what you're going to enter into the box. Okay? So we rewrote it to make it a little bit easier to see which integral rules we were going to be using. And then for x to the 1/2, I added 1 to the exponent. That gave me 3/2, which meant I also had to divide by 3/2. And then I added the integral of x to the -1 power, which is the natural log of the absolute value of x. Not the natural log of x, the natural log of the absolute value of x. And then minus 3 times e to the x, because, well, the integral of e to the x is just e to the x, plus c, because we always have that constant hanging out there. When we simplified it, this is what it looked like. Since they already give you the plus c in WebAssign, that's what you would enter into the box.